Man, I ain't shot in like 2 weeks. I ain't been out to the range. I'll be glad when this moving is over. Sick of packing.
Are we starting?
You did the...
Just do the intro.
Do it again.
Well, just get going here.
No, do it again.
Oh my gosh.
That's all I'm saying. I'll be glad when this move is done. All right, we're back.
Oh, that's a terrible intro.
Everything guns.
All right, let's just get started. That's a terrible intro.
That's a good intro. Well, I was going to say something, and I didn't. So, silence is always good on a podcast.
All right, well, let's just get started. Shut up.
When you
for a
say
second.
get started,
All right, so we're going to start off with...
tell me to shut up.
Oh, my gosh.
Okay.
Okay, just a second.
All right.
So we got a bunch of user
Welcome to Everything Guns.
You done?
Yep.
All right, we got a bunch of user force cases today, but we're going to start off with some gear and gun reviews. This segment brought to you by Misty Made It. For all your craft needs, check out Misty Made It on Instagram and Facebook. On your first order, use the discount code Everything Guns, get 10% off. All right, good stuff there. Which might be a
Did you ever get that shirt sent out that you promised?
yeah. I sent two. I sent one.
Okay.
With, yeah. I sent one with Clear Creek shooting on it, and one with Everything Guns.
Okay, good.
I didn't know the size, so I sent out two large shirts. If those are the wrong size, if our listener wants to shoot me another email, we'll send out a different size shirt if it didn't
Okay.
fit. But yeah, and speaking of that, if anybody wants to shoot us an email at info@clearcreekshooting33.com, give us a review, something you might want to hear, we'll send you a free shirt
Or some questions.
or some questions. Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, we probably couldn't answer them, but we can sure enough read them. All right, let's just start off with I got a gear review. So I just replaced the red dot on my which pistol did I replace it on? My carry pistol.
carry.
My Canik.
TP9SC.
Yeah, subcompact. So I went with the new Mechanic MO1 micro red dot. Replaced that Swamp Fox I had on it because it just kind of the brightness quit working on it. I couldn't change the level of brightness on it. So
It always had starburst issues in the sun.
yeah,
Bad. It was
yeah.
awful in the sun.
I never really liked it. But I got this new Mechanic, and I got the larger Mechanic on my competition Mechanic too.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I couldn't think what gun it was. I got like three of those red dots now. So this is the micro one. Good price. I got a good price on it. Got them on my website for, I think, $189. So
Oh, it is a good price. What's the footprint? Is that a shield footprint or an RMR? Probably a shield footprint, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, be micro.
Yeah.
I got the Shield SMS too.
Yeah,
So
so-
it's probably a similar size.
Yeah, it's got a 3 MOA dot on it. It's 1.61 inches in length, 0.98 inches in width, and 0.93 inches height.
Yeah, I was going to compare that to the size of mine, but I couldn't find any size on it. I went to their website and it didn't even show the size. It's 4 MOA. It's the Shield footprint.
Yeah. This has got the battery on the bottom, which I tend to like better because
That's how mine is.
I've had some of those. We had that one. I can't remember which one it was. It might have been another Swamp Fox. It had the battery on the top, and it came loose. Never could find the cover for that
Yeah.
thing. It's got a adjustment range of 100 MOA total travel. It's designed to use with handguns, rifles, or shotguns. So
Is it plastic or is it,
it's aluminum. It's got
what about, is it
aluminum
glass or what, is it actual glass in the,
yeah, I don't know. Looks like glass.
okay.
I didn't read that part. I didn't see that. It's an automatic brightness control, motion activated illumination system. I'm trying to see if it says anything about it being glass.
Yeah, that's one thing. The Shield SMS series, they offer one that's more of a polymer-like, not glass, plastic, and then a plastic one for like $30 more. It's like $269 for the basic one, and then a glass window is $299.
Yeah, see, I got, like I said, I got this on my website. I think I got this one for $189.
Yeah, it's a good price on it. Not bad at all for.
And if it's not, yeah, I'm sure it is. It's either $179 or $189. I think I've got the MO2 for $179 and the MO1 for $189.
So the brightness adjustment automatic. Did you say that already?
Yeah. But you can, yeah, it is. Much better. It's shake on, so when you go pick it up, it comes on.
Okay, does that work pretty well?
Yeah.
Because mine just always is on. So.
Yeah. No, it works good. I mean, even without even pulling the gun out of the holster, just moving the holster around.
What's the lifetime on the battery?
6 years.
Is that dark storage?
6.5 years at lowest setting.
Yeah, probably dark storage too, I would bet.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to nowhere near get that.
No.
I change mine about every 4 months or
I
so.
got
And
over a
it
year.
says 4 years, average use, dark storage.
I got a year. Maybe not quite a year. I guess about 6 months out of the one on my, which gun is it? My competition gun. So I got about 6 months out of it.
You don't even know what gun you have.
I keep forgetting. I got a bunch of them. So anyway, I got 2 of those on that competition gun and that other.
The Rival? Which
yeah,
one?
on the Rival,
Yeah, the
and then-
Canik Rival. Won't you say that?
that's
Because
my
people,
competition gun.
people don't know that.
I've talked about it before. The Canik Rival has that one, and my Canik SFX has one. And I've got one for sale in stock right now. So if anybody wants that one's. I think I got it priced at $179
I don't mind having
plus
one.
shipping.
I need one for my Canik TP9 SFX.
I'll give you a deal on it, man.
Well, I got to get through this house move and sell and all that bull crap.
Oh, whatever. Whatever. Yeah.
There's a lot going on.
Yep. So like it. Very pleased with those red dots so far. Very pleased. So I thought you were going to compare it to the other one, but not.
We talked about it the whole time, comparing it. The whole time I talked about it with the Shield.
Couldn't very much.
The whole
comparison.
time. It was a lot of comparison.
Okay. Whatever.
The whole time we talked about that.
Okay, fine. God, you're in a mood.
Oh,
Get on my nerves already. I got a gun review. So last week's number one handgun from one of my wholesalers was a Diamondback DB9 9mm Gen 4. It's a subcompact micro type carry gun, pocket kind of carry.
what was it again?
Diamondback DB9 9mm Gen 4. Apparently there used to be some troubles with the Gen 3 gun. It looks like they worked out all the issues with it because all the reviews I've seen on it, no issues, very reliable. I almost just bought one to test it, and I still might do that. I got a couple people wanting some, I think, fixing to order a gun, and if they do, I'm just going to buy one of these for testing and then sell it at wholesale price once I tested it.
Ooh.
That's it.
Yeah, I don't like it.
You what?
I don't like that.
I don't care if you like it or not. I'm just telling you what the best seller was.
Yeah,
last week.
so that's the best selling.
What's it get retail on there for?
MSRP is $305.
So I got it. I got it retailed for me for $254.
Nice.
Yeah.
You know, it makes me think of a Sky.
Yeah, I think it looks a little.
The
bit
grip.
better
I don't like the
Sky.
grip.
No, but it's.
I mean, it does look better than that, but the grip makes me think of that.
I mean, it's all price, right? I mean, I've got them on sale right now for $254. That's
Yeah,
probably
it's good
gonna,
price.
not going to last long. If
3.1 inch barrel.
if I get the one and if I buy one over the next week or so to test out at the range, I'll sell it for probably $179 or something like that once we test it.
Low magazine capacity. 6+1.
Yeah, 6+1. Striker fired.
Double action only.
I mean, it's striker fired.
Yeah.
So take it as it is on the double action.
I bet the trigger sucks.
Um,
Not that you're trying to sell one, I guess. My bad.
no, I mean, from what I read, the trigger, it's the reset is pretty good. Looks like
Okay.
there's a pretty good reset on it. Barrel length 3 inches, overall length 5 points. I'm not trying to sell one. I mean,
Yeah, my bad.
if I buy one to sell, if anybody wants one, I can get them a good price.
Yeah.
Adjustable sights, polymer frame. All the reviews I've seen, like I said, are very reliable.
Oh, it says here, make it the perfect carry option for a purse. Is that why you liked it?
That's why I figured you didn't want it. Whatever. I've seen a couple of reviewers talking about they like it because they could carry it in their pocket.
Yeah.
But right now there's not a lot of available pocket holsters for that one that I could find. But I mean, if you wanted a cheap gun, that
Yeah.
one looks pretty reliable. They've worked out some of the kinks of the previous versions of it, so can get you definitely a better price than what they're showing. Where did you see that price at?
I don't know.
You don't know. You're looking right at it. You don't know what.
It's Diamondback Firearms website. It's
Oh.
their own website.
Oh, okay. I thought you maybe looked at competitors or something.
No, I just searched on DB9.
Yeah. So I can definitely get a better price than what even they're offering for it right now.
Loud when you
But
hit
yeah,
the table.
that's the best seller for this. That was for last week. I think the best seller this week was the 6-hour P365.
So who's deciding the best seller? How you getting that? You said that, didn't you?
No, but I mean, what do you think? It's when they sell the most of.
Who?
The wholesaler one of my wholesalers. That I buy
Okay, the
guns from.
wholesaler. That's what I'm asking.
That's it.
I mean, that's what I probably wasn't listening.
Oh my gosh.
So the wholesaler that
So
you use,
every week,
that's
I get
their
a-
best-selling gun.
Yeah, So every week I get a little
That's not the
email
best-selling gun in the United States. That's the best-selling
for
gun
their-
from that wholesaler.
from that wholesaler.
That
Every
particular
week,
one.
I'll get an email that tells me what their bestseller is. For
What's
that.
interesting?
It shows me what rifle. That rifle, the Smith & Wesson folding 9mm rifle that we
Yeah.
talked about the last podcast
Yeah.
episode or one before.
This last one.
It's still again bestseller for this week. Okay,
Thought
that's
you
all.
just said the DP9 was.
Pistol.
I'm kidding with you.
Hey,
What you got next?
yeah, that's all the gun gear reviews I've got. Apparently, you probably don't have anything.
I compared your
That's fine. All right, let's just move on.
microsite with mine.
Let's move on to some of our use of force reviews because we got quite a few.
Got a bunch of them.
Yeah, quite a few. And some of them, you can find some videos on YouTube on some of these. The first one is out of Brooklyn. So apparently there's been this ongoing feud between some residents in an apartment house of some noise. One guy, I guess, lived downstairs, and the upstairs neighbor must have been a little bit loud for him. Police have been there about 5 or 6 times previously over the issue.
I bet they enjoy that.
Yeah, sure. So this guy, you got the downstairs guy who's upstairs having a conversation with the upstairs neighbors, arguing.
Yeah, that's what it's all on video.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no sound on the video.
Yeah.
But you can see that they were arguing. This turned the upstairs guy comes out of his apartment with a pair of scissors in his hand.
Well, so there's an argument going on with him and a lady,
Well,
right? And then the other guy
first
comes out.
Well, first there's argument between him and the man. The man
Okay.
goes back into the apartment. The lady,
Okay.
the lady
I
comes
didn't see
out.
that.
The lady comes out. The man comes back out. She tries to get him to go away, stop arguing with him, but he
Okay.
pushes her away and continues the argument.
Yep.
He got a pair of scissors in his hand right in front of the.
Yeah, he goes right up and puts the scissors right in the guy's face.
Yep, and they're both
Yep.
just standing there. The guy with the scissors then basically turns around and starts walking back towards
Yep.
the apartment. The second guy pulls a gun, shoots him several times as he's walking away. At this point, the stepson had come out of the apartment, sees this happen, and tries to stop the guy from shooting his stepdad.
I don't think he was trying to stop him. I think he was trying to get out of there.
Might have been. Anyway, he got shot multiple
I think when
times.
they started shooting, I think he was trying to
He had
get
He
away.
had nowhere to go.
Because it looked to me, watching just a little bit of video I
That is
did, it looked
true.
like he was just trying to get out of the way, and then the dude shot him.
Yeah, it was a terrible video, just all over noise.
Yeah, and then,
That guy, so he shot him several times.
well,
He's
then
laying
point
down.
blank in the head as he's
Then
standing
point
over
blank.
him.
And then walks back over and shoots the first guy that he'd shot, who was laying down face first in the door of his own apartment.
Yeah.
Walks over and shoots him.
Probably 20, 25 feet away. So he shoots this one guy at the top of the steps, point blank, the kill shot basically, an execution style shot. And then gradually, just nonchalantly, walks 20, 25 feet or through the hall to the guy's front door where he's laying there bleeding and puts a round into his head.
Yep. Yeah.
And then walks off.
Yeah. Walks off. A couple days later, he gets caught by the police and actually ends up getting shot by the police and killed himself.
Yeah.
So with all that, just kind of looking at it from a use of force self-defense standpoint. So of course the multiple shots, there's no way that's going to be self-defense. But if you
No.
looked at it from the point where the guy came out with a pair of scissors on him, if he could have drawn his gun at that point, initially, as he came out with the scissors. in
At
his
that
face.
point, I would probably think it's okay.
Well,
Probably.
except in New York, which is this was at, you have a duty to retreat in New York.
Yeah.
So
Well,
if,
you know,
if
listening
it's
to,
safe to do so.
yeah, but he did back up some.
Yeah. So
He did back up, so he retreated slightly. He didn't run down the steps, but I don't know how safe that would be.
No, I don't either. I'm just
So
saying. from
yeah, I get it. He had to
reasonableness,
do the retreat. Yeah,
in
so
New
but
York, you have,
but
which is one of a few states that have.
he may have had a self defense case if he'd have pulled the gun when the guy put the scissors in his face. Now, once the guy turned around and started walking off, Man, I don't think so. I don't think he had a case at all.
Absolutely not.
That guy, even though the first guy was the aggressor at that point, I think he regained his innocence by turning and walking away.
Yeah, I don't think the first guy was the aggressor, even with the scissors, because the other guy.
Yeah, but once he turned around, and that's when the guy shot him.
Yeah, I don't think either one of those were going to be the innocent parties.
And then
the stepson.
And then the stepson, even if he was trying to tackle the guy and stop him,
I didn't see where did the wife go? I don't know. I don't remember where she got out of it.
So, even if he was trying to fight with the guy, he was defending himself.
Oh, absolutely.
So it was self-defense on his part, not on the shooter's part. So he can't even claim self-defense there.
No, absolutely.
So that second shooting was definitely not self-defense.
Nope.
No matter what was going on.
Nope. And
he just execution style shot. And of course, the guy's dead now. So
yeah, I think he
that's messed up.
He got caught a couple of days later, and apparently the police tried to talk him down for about 10 minutes, and he told them that it wasn't going to end very well. He pulled a knife and ran toward the police. Yeah. So he basically was suicide by cop at that point.
So let's talk about what the other parties, the ones that got shot first, could have done. So let's first not come out with some scissors.
Don't come out with scissors. This guy's already called. I don't know which one of the two had called the police the previous time, but just call the police.
Just stay in your apartment, call the police.
So
there's nothing good going to come out of this argument. Obviously, it hadn't been good so far. So let's go ahead and call the police and not have the argument.
I'm just assuming the guy from downstairs is the one complaining about the noise, because downstairs, if you've lived in an apartment before, it can be noisy.
Well, the problem is you don't know what crazy people are going to do. So you don't know. You have no idea. Hey, if I go out and have this argument, obviously they probably didn't think he had a gun on him.
Well, they've probably had this argument with this guy multiple times. But again, like you said, you don't know what people's going to do.
So let's stay in the apartment. Let's call the police and let them deal with it, and not go out and have an argument.
It's another good argument, which hard to carry legally in New York. I don't know what the laws are for having a firearm in your home, even for home protection. Out in the hallway is even in New York is not considered part of your home.
So that's what I'm saying. Stay in your house. Stay in your apartment.
Yep. So
don't go to the doors. There's a lot. Obviously, I'm not even going to go into what the other guy did wrong, because everything he did was wrong.
Yeah, it was.
But terrible. The first people that got shot, let's not get into that argument. Nope. That's like a road rage incident. You're just better off ignoring that, going on with life, and not dealing with it.
Yep. So we got that one. If you, like I said, I think it's got some of the video on YouTube. If you're a member of Andrew Branca website. Yeah,
well, he had something. Yeah, he had like little still frames of it on YouTube that you could watch if you're not a member. So
so it's not for the faint of heart to watch.
It's terrible. It's awful.
So the next one I got is another one from New York, and this has been all over the news here lately. So we got a lady who was getting basically robbed in the subway, and a man coming to her aid fires 2 warning shots, I guess up in the air.
So they decided it was 2.
I believe it was 2. Yeah, that's what I had in my notes.
My understanding he fired in the air, but yeah.
So he fired.
The guy that was accosting the woman was known to do that in the subway.
Yeah, and there was no mention that he had a weapon, the guy that was robbing the lady. But, you're robbing a lady. So robbery is considered...
well, he was accosting her. Whether he was robbing her, he don't know if you're beating her or whatever you're doing. The guy fired 2 shots in the air, and the guy stopped and ran off.
Yep. So he's now been charged, not the guy that was...
Yeah, not the criminal.
But the guy that stopped the criminal, he's been charged with criminal possession of a weapon, reckless endangerment, criminal possession of a firearm, and menacing over trying to come to the...
And if you listen to some of the people, the district attorney, the prosecutors, they wanted him bad. Transit authority, all they did was call him vigilante and all kinds of stuff, and not that he was just trying to help somebody. Oh, he's a vigilante. We can have vigilantes, and we can have guns here, and all this and that.
Well, even the lady he helped.
Oh my gosh! So this is why This is why I say, why do people help anybody anymore?
Well, this is why I brought this case up, because we've talked
Because
before.
yeah,
about,
the lady said, "I wish she could have had a different way of helping me other than using a gun."
yeah.
Well, I guarantee the next person will have a different way because they're not going to do
They're not gonna
anything for you.
You know, we sit there and we see all these people taking videos of things happening, and we wonder how could they just sit there and watch that happen. This guy could spend 3 years in prison.
Yeah. Well, that's no.
Over it.
Daniel Penny could spend
Yeah.
his life
Yeah, but he could
for
go
helping somebody.
3
So
years for helping somebody.
yeah, it's ridiculous.
So the only thing I would say is, you know, you're living in these areas. You know the gun laws.
Yeah.
If he didn't have a legal right to have the gun, you know, you need to think about that before you come to the aid of others.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, yeah. That's the same way these people that, and then the lady, if somebody didn't help her, you got no complaint. You
No.
voted for these people. You're living in that area. That's on you.
Yeah. So it's
So
you know, we wonder, and you hear it on the news all the time. Well, if that was me, I wouldn't have just sit there. Well, you better think about whether
Yeah.
you want to take the chance to spend.
yeah, do you want to
spend a
spend
few
your
years in jail. For
yeah?
that.
Do you want to spend years in jail, thousands of dollars, and just ruin your life,
And it's
ruin
not
your
just-
family's life?
It's not just New York. I mean, we pick on New York.
Yeah,
but
it's-
there's other places that'll do the same thing. If you've got the right district attorney, they're
Yeah.
just going to try to.
Oh, just prosecutors want to. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. It is. Do you want to ruin your life, your family's life, for somebody else that probably, like this lady, didn't appreciate it at all?
Yeah. I
Didn't
mean,
give a crap. Just
not saying not to help people, but if it's your kid or your wife,
Well, yeah,
you'll
you
spend.
can-
You don't.
I'll go to prison for that.
I'll spend the rest of my life in prison to save my wife or daughter from getting killed. But you know, if it's somebody else that I don't know,
well, it's
you
a
might
tougher
think about
decision now because you got to think about it. What's the climate, the political climate of the area that you're in, and how much do they want to
that. Yeah.
go after you?
And if you're going to do it, you need to. If you're going to carry legally.
Yeah. Yeah, carry
I-
legally. Probably, then it's not a good choice to fire warning shots up in the air.
No, we've already.
I mean, it's
talked
a
about
bad choice.
Yeah.
It wasn't the best choice, but he doesn't deserve to go to prison for it.
You know, I might have, even if you don't want to fire, you could say, hey, I've got a gun, or at least to let him see that you've got a gun.
Yeah,
And
yeah, but you got to be ready to use it.
Well, I mean, that's where you got the menacing from. Because
Yeah.
he had a firearm. So
Yeah, you
He
got.
was
I mean,
he
if
was
you're going
gonna
to
get
show it, you
charged.
better be ready to
Yeah.
use it.
he was going to get charged.
I mean, that's where we go back in. His better option would be mace
yeah.
or
Yeah.
some kind of pepper spray, something.
Well, that's illegal in New York.
Yeah, I mean, everything's illegal in New York, so I don't
Yeah.
know what you do. But
Yeah.
he probably wouldn't be facing as much.
No, probably not. Well, I don't know. He might have been.
I would think if he'd have gone pepper spray, they probably wouldn't have been. They wouldn't be coming after him so hard.
Maybe not. You know, what adds fuel to this fire is just today I see on the news where
No,
the Secret Service agents that were protecting, I guess, the president's granddaughter, which I didn't
Yeah, I
know
guess.
why she had protection, but whatever. But anyway, they seen someone breaking into one of their vehicles and fired shots at them.
yeah, if I had shot at him for breaking into a vehicle, not
No.
they claimed it was because it could have been threatening to the granddaughter.
They were
But that's bullcrap.
They were breaking the window on a vehicle. If we were to do that, we can't.
We'd
do
be
that
arrested.
We can't even do that in Alabama.
I can't. I can't do that. If somebody's in my driveway breaking in, I can't run out and shoot at them.
No,
Not
no,
legally.
That is illegal. But so you got them doing that. Nobody's been charged.
But
You
there's
got a
different
guy-
rules.
Yeah.
Different rules for different people.
So-
That's a problem.
You can imagine. There's been a lot of comments.
Oh, I'm sure there have been, and there should be. There should be a lot of comments
I mean,
over that
There's a lot of people sitting there. That, well, why are they not being charged? Why are they still Secret Service agents?
because nothing's going to happen to them.
No.
Because all they got to do is claim, "Well, we thought the granddaughter was in danger,"
No, absolutely. But
and that's what
so
that's what the story said.
I did find it interesting. You know, the use of force laws in New York, they make no distinction between use of force for protecting yourself versus use of force for protecting others. But there is still that outside your home, there still is that duty to retreat.
It just blows my mind that you have a duty to retreat
There's several
in places.
states.
Yeah, I know.
I think there's only one state that requires it in your home, but there is still a bunch that
nuts.
requires it outside your home. So
Nuts.
again, we've preached this before too. Know your self-defense laws in your state, and if you're traveling, know the laws of the areas that you're traveling through. So be careful you don't travel through a state where you can't carry a firearm, because that can get you in trouble.
Oh, I
too.
got people in trouble going through New Jersey. There's
Oh,
been
yeah.
plenty of instances there where you go from one state to another and have no idea, and then you don't have it stored properly, and you're facing jail time.
Yeah, I've heard of people flying with a firearm, which is legal, but if you get diverted through New York, you can get in trouble for that. So
Yeah.
you'd be aware of that too. All right, so let's move on. The next one I've got is a potential carjacking. So you've got a lady sitting in her car preparing to back out of a parking spot, it looked like. And this is on you can find this one on YouTube as well. You see 3 men walking toward her. 2 start walking toward her car. 1 toward the passenger side, 1 toward the driver's side, with the third man still walking straight down the road. Both of them had firearms. One coming up, pointing the firearm at her as he's walking toward the passenger window. She was apparently aware of what was going on because she immediately started shooting at that guy.
Oh, yeah.
And then turned and started shooting at the guy on the driver's side. They all take off running down the road. This lady, she gets out of her car.
Oh, no.
She don't shoot back at him, but she gets out of her car, walks out in the road, kind of looks around, see what's going on, and she gets back in her car. So,
Okay. Well, at least she didn't keep shooting.
No, she didn't keep shooting.
So-
She was aware of what was going on around her. She had her firearm ready in her vehicle.
And she responded quickly.
She responded quickly,
So-
and she checked the area. She checked to make sure the area was safe before she did anything else. So.
Yeah. I don't know if I'd have got out of the... I think she probably would have been her off just driving off.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess.
I mean, after... I'm saying after all of it. After all that happened.
But, you know,
instead of getting out and looking around...
You got to call 911, tell them what's happening. You got to get the police there.
I'd drive off to a safe location and call 911, or call 911 while you're driving off. Say, this just happened here. I'm getting out of this area.
But again,
Otherwise, she did a very good job.
She did a good job, but she's got to be the first one to call 911 because if those guys run off and start calling
somebody was shooting at us. Yeah.
She could get in trouble for that. But I thought it was. Great how aware she was.
Oh, that's
they
definitely.
They were walking up behind her. She still seen it. So
that's kind of different than the one this incident out of Los Angeles, where a concealed carry holder, legally concealed carry holder, was walking into his home, had his AirPods in, listening to a podcast. I wonder if it's our podcast. Hey, if you listen to our podcast, hey, let's take those out as you coming into your house.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't walk around with them in.
But he was listening to a podcast.
You remember that lady we seen when we were in New York, walking down the street
reading a book? Yeah, that's
golly.
That's level white. What is it? Condition white.
Yeah.
Anyway, and he was fumbling to get his keys out. And as he's doing this, now he's got family inside, wife, children, a nanny, all inside his house. 2 guys come up behind him. One guy, first you see the one guy on video, come up behind him and put a gun into his back. Now, he's also holding a cup of hot tea. And he made the comment that he hadn't drank any of this tea yet because it was so hot. So he's trying to get his keys, realized this guy come up behind him, put a gun in his back, and he immediately, as he feels his gun in his back, swings around and throws this hot tea in this guy's face.
That's nice.
Yeah. So that puts this guy, he starts falling back. There's another guy, which you don't see in the video. So as this other guy's falling back and you think he's running away, well, the guy pulls his gun, you see him start shooting. And he says, I wasn't shooting anybody in the back. He said, the other guy started shooting at me. So he's got this other guy facing him. Now you got this big gun battle, and you see it on this other video. I mean, they're running around cars, ducking down like they're on TV, trying to see where everybody's at. And then finally, these 2 guys jump over a fence. Yeah, it's not like Naked Gun where they just right in front of each other. For those that know that, but so a little bit of gun battle goes on, and they leave. Looks like nobody got hit.
Did they ever catch anybody?
No, they're still not caught anybody, which makes.
So, what about the California guy? Was he charged with anything?
As far as I know, not yet.
Oh, that's good.
Hey,
surprising.
it is. So, I mean, he is a concealed carry holder. So he said he credited his quick thinking to years of boxing, explaining he is not John Wick, but I can handle myself decently well.
Did he hit nobody?
Yeah. Well, that's why he said he wasn't John Wick.
He wasn't John Wick.
He got the gun out pretty quick.
Yeah. I guess it's good to have the tea with him, but.
So he said the other suspect, however, was pulling out his own firearm and squared off for a gunfight, he said. At this point, I knew somebody was getting shot, and they just started firing.
Nice. Well, it's pretty tough, I guess, when you're under
So-
fire to be accurate.
Well, let's talk about what he. I mean,
Well, you got to be aware.
one
of your
thing.
surroundings.
Well, one thing. I mean, we keep talking about this. One thing he did do well is he's a considered carry holder, and he was carrying.
Yep. Yep.
So
good job.
I mean,
there.
he could. I think he was just coming back from the gym. I think. Well understood. So he probably wasn't in, pants where he'd have a good belt on, but he was carrying. So he had his gun with him, which is good. Probably should have been a little more aware of the
Gotta
surroundings.
be aware. You can't. I understand people wanting to be out with headphones on, listening to stuff, but I mean, even people, you see people running all the time like that too.
I used to do
You
that.
got to be aware of your surroundings.
Yeah.
You can't be aware if you're
Well,
listening
it's
to something else.
it's hard to be aware when you're doing that. Yeah. So I mean, he even makes a comment that they said burglars break into his residence, and the car has been broken into a few months before. So
So there's issues
he
going on. around there.
he should have been more aware. Definitely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he should have been. This is not just a first time event. He knows stuff is going on in the neighborhood. He's about ready to leave this place. He said.
Yeah, I would imagine so. But good job on his part on reacting. I mean, you got a gun in your back. You're lucky you didn't get, when you started reacting, you didn't get shot. But good job on his part on that.
Yeah, he was a little worried about what the liberal media and liberal
Oh, I can imagine.
authorities would do. So he said he knew he didn't do anything wrong, but he don't know how other people would look at it.
Well, at that point, you're protecting yourself. That in those cases, you're going to have to take the risk of going to jail over that,
Well, he
which
said
is a good reason to have some of the like we have the carry insurance.
Well, he said the LAPD didn't even pick up the casings. So he said they did sloppy police work. They didn't do any investigating.
They
He
don't
said.
care.
He said they didn't even pick up casings or anything.
Good grief.
So he was pretty upset
So
over
I'm
that.
assuming those other two guys haven't been caught.
No.
Probably won't be.
Nope.
No, it's terrible. All right.
At least he didn't get charged with anything.
Yeah, as of yet, but good job. Good job on the
Yeah.
on the reaction. Bad job on the being aware.
Yeah. To make it even worse, he said he's originally from the Bronx in New York. And he said he's thinking about going there. It's safer there than it
Oh,
was
my
where he was
gosh.
at. So there you go.
Don't help nobody.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're on your own if you go back to New
Yep.
York. The last one I got is another one that was just in the news. You got a dual citizen, dual American Panamanian, I guess, Panama. He lives in Panama. You got citizenship with both. So apparently there was some type of protest, environmental protest, where the people were blocking the road. This guy, he gets out, starts moving the debris off the road, and arguing back and forth with some of the protesters. And I guess one of them said something, whatever. Anyway, he pulls a gun, shoots one of them. They stumble back, they go down. Then he shoots one more,
Oh, crap.
killed two people. Not as funny, but
Yeah, I don't know what you're laughing at.
he's an older guy, but so.
Well, you knew something like this would. I mean,
No, it's eventually going to
I
happen.
mean, it happens.
You're
You get
blocking
people
the
upset
roads
here. So
illegally
this was in Panama.
Yeah.
Okay.
If the police had done their job and moved the people off the road from illegally
Yeah.
blocking the road, he wouldn't have to take. And that's what
Yeah.
a lot of people say. Look, eventually, if you're going to have these situations occur, we've seen some of the other.
Well, it's the same way you're driving through
which
them and
one
all.
was the guy? Daniel Perry? Who was it? Was it?
Yeah,
out
something
of-
like that. Yeah,
He tried to drive. He shot.
Yeah.
Well, he shot a protester.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. That's right.
I think it was Texas or somewhere.
Mhm.
But anyway, so not that that's funny, but what's interesting is I did see that they said if he gets convicted due to his age, he might just get 4 months of home
Oh, nice.
detention for killing two people. But
In Panama.
yeah, so
Did you look up any gun rights or anything like that in Panama?
no, I didn't.
That'd be good.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. That'd been a good idea.
It'd be nice to know.
But the whole reason I brought this one up is, in those type situations, if you're illegally carrying, you got to let that go.
Yeah,
You
we
gotta
talked
do
about
it.
it before. You
You
try to
can't get
avoid
involved
it.
in it. You
Avoid
gotta
that.
avoid
Put your pride down. I know you're going to be delayed. You're going to be upset. It's going to be frustrating, but
Yeah, just can't get involved.
it's not
You
worth killing
can't get-
people over.
No, it's
People blocking the road. I know it's bull crap. Now, if they start surrounding your vehicle and breaking windows and stuff, then it's different. But
If you're sitting on the ground blocking the road,
yeah,
you can't
it's
just walk up and shoot
it's
somebody.
yeah, it's frustrating, but yeah, it's not worth killing somebody over.
No. So that's. I haven't seen the outcome of that one yet. That one's just pretty new. Keep my eye on that. I'll be interested to see what happens with him in Panama.
Yeah, I'm going to look up Panama
I heard
laws
some,
and
I heard
so.
some things talking about they might just send him and deport him, make him go back to America, and he might get off scot free.
Oh, really? Okay. So he's originally
Yeah, I think he's original United
American
States
and-
American, and then he got dual citizenship.
oh okay.
His note, I think it said he was a doctor or something, like 72 or something. I can't remember for sure.
Did he render aid after he shot him?
Do not believe he did.
Okay.
So,
So much for that oath.
yeah. Yeah, well, yeah. There was a lot of people there, so
Yeah.
not exactly sure what happened. That's all the use of force cases.
I thought you had another one.
Maybe we had another.
Maybe not.
No, that's it.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the latest on the pistol brace.
Oh, you actually got some in the news.
Yeah, I got this one. I got the pistol brace. So it is now, apparently looks like it's a nationwide injunction for,
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's what it looked like.
so
Not just for gun, not just
for the gun owners or not the Firearms Policy Coalition that both had gotten injunctions for its members. And now it looks like it's, I heard you hit the table.
Yeah.
Right now it looks like it's nationwide at this point. So, well, here's from this article. It says 3 decorated veterans who filed a lawsuit earlier this year challenging a rule issued by the Biden administration that redefines pistol braces as short-barreled rifles saw an initial victory in their challenge as a federal judge in Amarillo sided with the plaintiffs and issued a nationwide injunction blocking enforcement of the rule, impacting millions of gun owners. So, well, I'll read a little bit more in just a second on who was kind of in part of this. But it goes back to, we're fighting the wrong stupid battle.
Oh,
We need to be fighting the NFA, but
yeah, I agree. But
as opposed to, because a short barreled rifle is not more dangerous than a 16-inch,
no,
20-inch, whatever.
no.
Length
The whole reason that they wanted pistols in there.
They did in the NFA,
And they had to-
1934.
They had
Yeah,
to negotiate, and they got short-barreled rifles because
Yeah.
they thought they could be concealed by the mob.
yeah. Yeah, it was all emotional. And and I'm going to read something here in a minute talking about emotion. So, the Wisconsin Institute for Law and Liberty, short name WILL, filed a lawsuit on behalf of these 3 guys. And it describes how 2 of the plaintiffs sustained injuries during their military service and how they need to have these pistol braces to allow them to shoot the pistol. The challenge was made on 5 separate grounds: that the rule violated the Second Amendment as well as the separation of powers doctrine, conflicts with the NFA, is arbitrary and capricious, and is too vague. That's what they were fighting. So now the injunction, basically the judge is saying, hey, I think you'll probably end up winning this. That's why
Yeah.
they have the injunction.
Yeah, because they think they're gonna win the case. So there's no reason to keep the ban in place.
So listen to this. In a court order issued Wednesday, Judge Matthew Kazmarek wrote that the court is not insensitive to the ATF's concerns that the gun industry may be trying to circumvent the NFA. So they're claiming the gun industry is using this pistol brace
to get around SBRs.
to get around SBRs. However, he said the government's contention that the regulation promotes an important interest doesn't justify the regulation. Now, another thing is the pistol braces are made to go around your forearm. Now, just because somebody misuses that,
That's yeah.
you
You can't govern that.
can't govern somebody misusing something designed
Nope.
the way something was designed.
No,
So-
it shouldn't be there anyway. I mean, your
So-
point. They get
Yeah.
a lot of people that registered those as SBRs too. So,
Oh
you know,
gosh! Don't get me about the people that complied with this bull crap.
Yeah.
That's frustrating to no end.
Yeah.
The amount of people that would comply with that. So while other legal challenges to the pistol brace rule have seen limited injunctions granted by federal courts,
Yeah.
specifically for the plaintiffs in those cases, including challenges brought by Gun Owners of America and Firearms Policy Coalition, like we said earlier, this is the first nationwide one in blocking
Yeah, that's what I think.
enforcement of the rule. So it's blocking the enforcement of the rule. So
Yeah.
the problem is, this could go on for years.
At least with
So-
the blocking of the rule, you're not.
So now so at least, as long as this doesn't get overturned, this injunction goes until the case is resolved.
I think the National Organization of Gun Rights, I think they're out of Colorado. I think they're part of this too. They've been doing
Maybe so.
doing some good work.
So, I watched another video where the guy talked about this case could go on for 2 years, and if you don't have this injunction, then your rights are violated for 2 years.
All these cases,
before the
I mean,
that's why they do these
some of
things.
these assault weapon bans that keep going back and forth between federal judges, district court. I mean, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah,
But until somebody starts fighting the NFA itself, I mean, you guys still got suppressors that are in the NFA. Yeah, which makes no sense that a suppressor is considered a firearm. But of course, you got some cases where the state is arguing that they're not, so they can win a case. But if they win that, then you could argue now, okay, well, the suppressor should come off the NFA.
yeah.
So it'd be nice if we could make it.
Well, if you go look at the actual brief that this judge put out, let's see. Because they make a statement that's just totally emotional. The ATF is how this began. So let me just read this. It's some larger handguns, this is in the brief, due to their weight and recoil, may be difficult to fire with one hand, especially for individuals with limited strength or mobility. Now this is why the stabilizer brace is there. For these weapons, a stabilizing brace may be attached to provide support and improve accuracy. From 2012 to 2018, ATF issued several classifications of stabilizing braces, concluding that a brace does not redesign a handgun to be fired from the shoulder. In other words, such weapon configurations were not considered SBRs. Here's the but. But then ATF became aware that newer braces began to include characteristics common to shoulder stocks, and that evidence showed the owners used them as such, but still didn't do anything. Here's when they changed it. After the March 2021 mass shooting in Boulder, Colorado, where the shooter was armed with a weapon of this sort, I don't know if I believe that or not, whatever. ATF revisited the issue. This was all done out of emotion.
You tell me, so this guy did a mass shooting. He supposedly used a arm brace. He could have definitely. It was illegal what he did anyway.
Yeah, he could have had an SBR. He could have used an SBR. He could have had he could have had a real stock on it, and it wouldn't. And then you're just saying, well, he used an SBR. Well,
yeah, okay, yeah. Well, that's probably what he used.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you that gun being 10 to 12 inches was no more deadly than a gun being 16. It is probably less deadly than the 16. Yeah.
I mean, we can shoot steel with my SBR. I can shoot steel
at 25
at 25
yards.
feet. And heck, not even 20, not 25 yards, 25 feet.
Yeah.
And if I took my 16-inch rifle,
it's going through it.
It's going through that steel.
Yeah. So right now, good thing we have an injunction on the pistol brace. So if you got a pistol brace, right now it is back to it is legal to have on your AR pistol if you want to put it back on there.
Well, that's good for now. It's just like I said, we'll see how it goes through.
Yeah, it's still going through the court case, so it's still. You think about it could be a $10,000 fine and a felony prosecution if they go by what they want to do.
You could lose your gun rights. You could lose. Your right
you get a felony, you're losing your gun rights. Yeah, it's nuts. So it's a good win. Yeah. If we had actual conservatives in Congress that would go and fight the NFA, we wouldn't have to worry about this.
None of them understand.
Oh, they're all morons.
They don't understand guns at all.
No, none of them understand.
I mean, it was emotional when they got rid of the bump stocks. When Trump got rid of the bump stocks.
Oh, absolutely emotional. He wanted to get rid of suppressors. He was good with red flag laws.
He has no clue.
There's some video of him going through some. I forget which firearm maker, but he was. It was awful. It was awful. Yeah, he had no idea.
What was what?
Somebody showed him a Glock. Is that a good gun?
Yeah, is that
a good one? I mean, come on.
I heard about that.
So we're relying on idiots to help with this. And so there's this, I don't know, it's just frustrating because of the lack of knowledge that people have. And then people that will comply and say, well, we need to do something. If if it'll save just one life,
Oh my gosh.
let's give up all our rights, which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to rant on that. That's
All
the.
right.
I mean, we could talk a little bit. On the other in the news was the Supreme Court is dealing with a domestic violence case right now.
Yeah, from what I understand, it sounds like they're going to rule in favor of keeping the status quo. Basically, if you've got any kind of not conviction, but if you've got I guess an order against you for domestic violence, or you've got, what do you call it, a
Restraining order.
restraining order, they can take your firearms away. Which is,
But it's such a
No-
low bar to that,
no-
though, isn't it?
yeah, no due process.
Yeah, it seems like it's such a low bar, so anybody can make a claim.
It's emotional. You got everybody talking about, well, women are, I don't know what the percentage of
Yeah.
women that are in domestic abuse cases get killed by the ex with a firearm, but
You know
can't
what?
take somebody's rights away because somebody says that
Somebody else, yeah.
there needs
Well,
to be legality to it. But
well, and then it goes on to the government side too, because those women can't get guns in a lot of these areas and concealed carry permits because they're not allowed
Yeah.
because of the way their gun laws are.
yeah, so it's
So-
going to be interesting.
But they're
to see how
going,
the
yeah,
Supreme Court comes out on that.
yeah.
I'm not for domestic abuse, but I am for people maintaining their rights.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm also if for the stuff when people serve their time in prison when they come out,
Getting
they
their
should
rights
get their
back.
rights back.
Oh, absolutely, should get their
The
rights
voting
back.
rights back, all their rights should come back to them after
Yeah.
they've done their time. There's no reason for them to, for
Yeah.
the rest of their life, to have to be punished for.
Yeah, for
something they've already paid
they got
for.
they got a felony on their record. They go serve their time. Maybe have an exception for murder. But
Yeah,
other
I mean,
than
I can
that,
see
I mean,
that,
I can see where some
there could
some
be
heinous
some- there could
crimes
be
you could
some
have exceptions for.
exceptions,
But if some guy has a felony prosecution for whatever, because you should be able to get your rights back
Yeah.
a lot easier than it currently is.
Yeah. All right, so let's move on from there. Not a lot of news from the USPSA stuff, but I did see. We've talked over and over about the board and some of the things they did. I haven't heard anything about them wanting to do the lie detector test.
Oh my gosh!
Did you see there was a match right after they made this announcement going to do the lie detectors? I can't remember which it was, Leighton or whoever. One of the board members that was all for it set up a stage at his match with a little starting position with a table with a box that had lie detector wrote on it, and making a joke.
It's a big joke out of it.
Made a
isn't
big
it?
joke, and he was the one wanting to do making a joke out of it. It's just terrible board. But now it looks like some other things came out. There was a lawsuit against USPSA back in 2017, 2018.
Oh, this is when they got caught lying, right? By the
Yeah, so basically what they
Yeah.
did is they falsified some documents.
Yeah.
So they got what was it? What do you call those things? Anyway, a document that was going to go to the court as part of as a witness statement.
oh,
They didn't like what it said.
yeah, I know what you're talking about. Oh, it's going to come to me in just a second.
Yeah, they didn't like what it had on there, so they changed it. And once it came out in court that they changed it, they ended up settling with the person. And everybody wondered at the time, well, why,
Yeah, how she
why-
got. They
how did
wondered
get
how
so
she got
much
so much.
on
Yeah,
the settlement. But now it comes out, well, it's because they were going to, if they would have continued fighting the lawsuit, that would have come out in court, and it would have been a lot worse for
deposition.
them. Yeah. So there was,
Doctor the deposition.
doctored it. And these are some of the same guys that are on the board now.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. So if they would lie then,
yeah, so why would they not?
well,
do that?
what keeps them from lying on everything else?
Now, what else had they done that they wanted to keep covered up? So,
I don't know why anybody's getting on this board.
I like, Ben Berry is going to take over the Area 6 area director coming up at the start of the year. And the dude seems like a good dude. I don't know why he wants to get involved
I don't either.
in all that, but hopefully it works out for him.
Until you get rid of all these other people, I don't see how that changes.
Yeah, I don't either. And the only thing I had for the NRA stuff, and really nothing bad for the NRA, because I just rejoined. I'm not a pro NRA person, just for some of the same things from their board.
Yeah, I wish they'd change the board.
But I did join back up this year so I can attend their event in Dallas coming up.
Yeah.
in
I
May.
look forward to that.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one in May. But as I got some stuff from another day talking about some of their competitions. Since I'm not doing USPSA stuff, I thought, well, some of this NRA stuff might be a little easier on me not having to move around because I keep Keep moving
She
it back.
moves so slow.
But they got a 2-man event. So we're going.
Oh man.
They got a national event coming up in sometime next year in Indianapolis or somewhere in middle Indiana. So we're gonna get in that 2-man event and go to the nationals. So just give you a heads
Do
up
we
on
shoot
that.
at each other? What are we doing?
No. I can't find any videos on it, but it looks like it's kind of a multi-gun event.
That's what I want to do with you. Last time I did it, move like, oh man, I'm embarrassed to even talk to you. I hope nobody even knows you're my brother.
Why you always
That's
bring-
bull crap. That's why I quit right there.
you're moving like an old man.
Yeah.
That's why
I'm outrunning you.
that day you wouldn't. Anyway, so we're gonna do that. So just gotta keep. that
Yeah.
in mind.
Looking forward to that.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
We can have 3 people on the team, so we got to get somebody else. We'll get one of our wives.
Oh no.
Let's see if Jake wants to do it. He can be our 3rd guy.
Jake probably won't.
Yeah. Anyway, so
Okay.
that's all I had for those.
We could talk about what we did at the range, but I hadn't been to the range like 2 weeks because this stupid house move.
Well, then I don't guess we're gonna talk about what we did.
What'd you do at the range? I didn't go. What'd you do last week?
Some shooting and some work on the range with my tractor.
Oh, good. That's a good story.
I didn't take any videos to put on our Instagram. We ain't posted anything in like 2 weeks.
Yeah, I hadn't posted anything because we hadn't done anything.
Yeah, I think I'll do 4 aces next week.
No, I don't like that.
Oh, that's good. Yeah,
We're not doing
you're
that.
probably not even going.
I may.
Yeah, anyway,
Yeah.
we'll get something on. What are our 2 Instagrams? We got
Clear Creek Shooting 33 and
everything
Guns _ podcast.
Yeah, so check those out. We'll try to get some new stuff posted on there. Leave some comments, questions. If you do that, and if you want to shoot, like I said, shoot me an email at info@clearcreekshooting33. You can get a shirt or something. So last thing I got is kind of a tip of the week, and that's just understanding the difference between cover and concealment. Because we've seen a lot of these.
Thought we did this last week.
Cover and concealment? No, we didn't do cover and
Okay.
concealment. What did we do for tip of the week last? Oh crap! Yeah, we did too.
Oh, yeah, that's what I
I
thought.
got it wrote it right.
I thought we did.
Did we do that?
Yeah, I'm
What
pretty sure we
What
did.
did we talk about? I don't remember talking about that at all, but I got it wrote down.
Maybe we didn't. Maybe you're talking about it.
Yeah, well, I don't want to talk about that again.
That's a good tip.
Yeah,
Yeah,
same
it was so good.
this week.
Hey, maybe let's talk about getting a timer. We ain't had that tip yet. Oh, yeah, we did.
All right, well, let me mark through that. I need
Good.
to look back through my notes before I do
That'd
it.
be a good idea.
That's all
You
we
got
do.
your little book there. You'd think you'd look at it.
I didn't even look through it. It's right there. Tip of the week, cover and concealment from
Yeah.
last week. What did we do
Yeah.
the week before that? Let me see. Tip of the
Oh, well,
week.
you want to use that one?
Know your state self-defense laws. That's a good one. It is a good one.
Oh, this is good podcast. You going through your book. This is good stuff here. This is riveting. Because if somebody makes it 50 minutes into this, they deserve a shirt just for making it this long.
Yeah, if you made it this far, shoot us an email and I'll send you a shirt.
Tell us what the tip of the week was.
Yeah. All right, well, I guess we're good for no tip of the week then. That's all I got. You got anything else?
No, I think I'm good.
All right, that is it. We are Everything Guns.
We're out.